Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a special Fright Night Friday Halloween Blu-ray update. So, for a long time, I've been wanting to get more into the Hammer Films pantheon of horror movies, but the problem is they've been kind of sporadically and sparsely represented on home video here in North America. There was quite a few of them released on DVD back in the day, but a lot of those are long out of print. And only a handful were available on Blu-ray here for the longest time, until the past couple of years, when suddenly there's just been a spate of them put out on Blu-ray. I don't know what changed, but I'm not complaining. So suddenly we have a huge chunk of the Hammer library on Blu-ray that we've never had before. So I thought, you know what? It's long past time I stopped putting this off, and let's get some Hammer into the collection, because to be perfectly honest, there's a ton of Hammer stuff I've never actually even seen because it's been so hard to come by here, at least for the past 20 years or so. Yeah, so Hammer Films, Hammer Horror, today on the Multimedia Chronicles Fright Night Friday Halloween Horror Blu-ray Update. Welcome back. So yeah, as I mentioned in the intro there, Hammer's presence on home video over here in North America has been all over the map. It's like every major studio under the sun just wanted to get their fingers into the Hammer pie a little bit, so one licensed a few here, one licensed a few there. You know, Paramount grabbed some, Sony, Columbia Pictures grabbed some, yeah, Warner Brothers grabbed some, and it's just been all over the place. So the result is there is no definitive Hammer horror collection or anything like that. Over in the UK there is. Oh yeah, over in the UK it's all fine. It's all sorted. They got it all under control there. I mean, it's a British studio, so I guess, you know, in the motherland it's all kept organized and tidy. But when selling the rights overseas to us heathens over here in North America, they just give it to whoever gives them the most money, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the end result is Hammer is an absolute freaking mess on home video over here. So keep some Wikipedia articles on hand if you're going to start collecting them, just to see which ones are out, which ones you're missing, and it's just crazy. So anyway, because we're finally starting to see more of them appear on home video here, I thought it was long past time I started collecting them. So let's start with the cheap ones. Good old Mill Creek Entertainment has been putting out a bunch of them recently. They put out four double feature Blu-rays containing several of the movies. So first up, we have this one with The Revenge of Frankenstein and The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. So there were a total of 7 Frankenstein movies that were done, and there were a total of 4 Mummy movies that were done. Now, the Frankenstein movies actually do have a continuity to them, so you ideally want to watch them in order. The Mummy movies, however, are all standalone, so it doesn't really matter what order you watch them in. Myself, I'm planning to more or less watch the Hammer movies in the order of release date. I kind of want to see how the studio evolved over the course of its horror films. But, yeah, so kind of cool. At this point in time, we're actually still missing 2 of the 7 Frankenstein movies, specifically the first one, The Curse of Frankenstein, and the last one, Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. Now, Curse of Frankenstein was released by Warner in a 6-movie DVD set a number of years ago. 5 of the movies from that DVD set have since had Blu-ray releases, but not Curse of Frankenstein, and I don't know why. Come on, Warner, put out that last one, please. The last one to put out is the first one in the series. Like, really, also notable, Curse of Frankenstein, which came out in 1955, actually predates Horror of Dracula. Horror of Dracula was the start of their Dracula series. Curse of Frankenstein was the start of their Frankenstein series, but beyond that, it was the start of Hammer doing horror films. They hadn't really done a lot of horror prior to that. So Curse of Frankenstein is historically notable in a lot of ways. So I don't know what the holdup is. Warner had the rights to it at some point. They put out all their other Hammer stuff on Blu-ray, so I don't know why they're waiting on that. I'd really like to, you know me and Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. So I really want to see the Hammer series, but I don't want to be missing pieces of it, you know? Anyway, I digress. Back to the Mill Creek ones. The Mill Creek ones, by the way, are the ones that Sony had. So Mill Creek licensed them from Sony. So we have another Hammer double feature. We've got the Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll and the Gorgon. So very nice set here. Yeah, I should say, like, I haven't actually seen any of these. I've only seen a handful of them from back when I was a kid, so this is all going to be new to me, and I can't wait to dive in. But as I said, I don't want to be missing pieces of the story, especially for the ones like Dracula and Frankenstein, where there is a continuity to them. And then we have some of their standalone thriller/horror movies here. Got another Hammer Films double feature with Maniac and Die, Die, My Darling. Yeah, so this is, when are these ones from? Yeah, early 60s. So this was kind of smack dab in the middle of their, while they were doing their monster movies and gothic horrors, they were also doing stuff like this, which is kind of like straight up thrillers and murder mysteries and slasher movies and things like that. It was just anything and everything horror and thriller they could do to draw people in. And then finally we have this Hammer Films double feature, which is Never Take Candy from a Stranger and Scream of Fear. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. And yeah, so all of these, as you've been seeing here, are just single discs, 2 movies per disc, but you know, double layer, can't complain too much. And it is a bargain. I mean, you can usually find these for about 10 or 15 bucks on Amazon. So there we go. So a nice, affordable start to the Hammer collection with these 4 double feature discs from Mill Creek. Definitely recommended if you're looking to get into some Hammer on the cheap. Alrighty, well, that is it for this Blu-ray update. We'll see you again next Friday for another one. I've decided to make Fright Night Fridays the update day over the course of Halloween season here. So those of you who love the updates, that's the day you want to tune in. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So big thanks to you for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Be sure to check me out on Twitch. I stream over there almost every day. If you want to add any of these to your collection, you will find Amazon links to each and every one of these in the description below. So thank you very much for your support there. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara. The multitude of movies that Hammer put out over the years have been represented rather sparsely here in North America, at least on Blu-ray. And there's a few, fuck's sake, okay. Fright Night Friday, Halloween Horror Blu-ray Update. That's a bit of a mouthful. So, for a long time, I've been wanting to get into Hammer horror, like more of Hammer Films horror movies and Hammer. So, because there's so much of it, we're going to split it up across several fucking updates. Welcome back. So, I don't know why or how or what, but fucking hell, man. Hammer. I'm sticking to the table. Hammer, man. I feel hammered.